What if an ancient prayer, one that was whispered from a moment of just total, absolute despair, actually held the key to navigating the challenges of our modern world? Today we're going to dive into the story of the Prophet Jonah and this incredibly powerful supplication that our source text says can transform even our deepest anxieties. So this is it. This is the prayer. And according to the story, this single phrase was like a lifeline, a swift rescue from total darkness. But how? I mean, what's the secret sauce here? To really get it, we first have to appreciate just how hopeless the situation was that it came from.
Okay, so let's set the scene. The prophet Jonah gets thrown into a raging sea, and then he's swallowed by a giant fish. We're talking about a moment of complete and utter despair, a situation where any normal, logical hope for rescue is just gone.
And this wasn't just one problem he was facing. It was three massive forces: the storm, the darkness of the night, and the whale itself, all ganging up on him at once. It was basically an inescapable, multi-layered prison.
Every normal way out was off the table. All the usual means of help, what the text calls causes, were completely useless. No boat, no person, no worldly power could have possibly saved him. Every single escape route was sealed shut.
And this is the pivot point. The secret to the prayer's power wasn't about finding some clever way out. It was about a huge mental shift. In that moment of total helplessness, Jonah bypassed all those useless causes and went straight to the source. He appealed directly to the causer of causes. He realized that the only being who could possibly help was the one who had command over the night, the sea, and the whale, all at the same time. He had to talk to the one running the whole show, not just the individual pieces.
And the effect? It was immediate and absolute. The prayer didn't just ask for help against these forces, it directly subdued them. It fundamentally changed his reality because it was addressed to the one who authored that reality in the first place.
This really paints the picture of the transformation. His terrifying prison gets a total makeover. The whale's belly, it becomes a protective submarine. The violent, churning sea, it turns into a calm, pleasant place. And the dark night sky, it's lit up by the moon like a lantern. By changing his inner perspective, his entire outer reality was transformed.
So, how does this ancient story become a powerful analogy for our lives today? Well, the source text makes a really bold claim that our situation, right now, is actually more desperate than Jonah's ever was.
Yeah, 100 times more awesome. And they don't mean awesome like cool. They mean awesome in the old school sense of the word, terrifying and overwhelming. It sounds like a crazy exaggeration, right? But the text lays out exactly why our internal, existential threats are considered even more massive. Here's the core idea. Jonah's physical prison is mapped directly onto our modern existential one. His dark night is our unknown, often frightening future. His chaotic sea is the turbulent, unpredictable world we live in. And the whale, well, that's the caprice of our own soul, our desires and impulses that can just swallow us whole. So why is our fish so much more dangerous? Because, according to this worldview, Jonah's fish could only destroy his physical body, a lifespan of, what, maybe 100 years? But our own unchecked soul, our inner whims, they threaten to destroy our eternal life, a life conceived as lasting for millions of years. The stakes are infinitely higher. So if our situation is the same kind of problem, then the solution has to be the same too. Just like Jonah, the text suggests we should turn away from all the temporary fixes and distractions, all those secondary causes, and appeal directly to the sustainer of everything.
And what's amazing is that the prayer itself gives us the blueprint. It's not just one general plea for help. Each part is a specific tool designed to tackle one of our three great challenges. Here's how it breaks down.
First up, there is no God but you. This is all about recognizing a single sovereign power over whatever is coming next. According to the text, this perspective lights up the darkness of our future with the light of belief, transforming that anxiety into a sense of peace and divine care.
Second, declaring glory be unto you. This is about shifting how we see the world. Instead of a chaotic, meaningless sea of events, we start to see it as a place filled with signs of a glorious Creator. This, as the text puts it, allows us to pass safely over the turbulent waves of worldly life.
And finally, the really personal admission. I was among the wrongdoers. This isn't about beating yourself up. It's about honest self-awareness. It's the key to taming that inner fish, our soul's caprice. By acknowledging our faults,
We can turn our soul from our potential destroyer into our mount, the very vehicle that carries us toward our goal.
You know, when you think about it, human beings are incredibly comprehensive creatures. We're afraid of tiny microbes, and we're afraid of collapsing stars. We love our little backyard garden, but we also long for an infinite paradise. Because our needs and our fears are so vast, our only true refuge can be the one who holds the entire universe, from the smallest atom to the largest planet, in his hands.
In the end, Jonah's story isn't just some ancient tale. It's presented here as a timeless mirror. It asks us to look at our own lives and identify our own nights, our sea, and our whale. So the question to leave you with is this: what future, world, or soul could this perspective transform in your life?